Just when you thought Latin America was all about salsa and samba, they've added a new ingredient to the mix: China. But is this a recipe for success or disaster? Find out why their next move might change the world forever. Let's get started. Since the 2000s, China has been quietly building a friendship bridge with Latin America countries, one economic brick at a time. When COVID-19 hit the scene, China played the role of the generous neighbor, handing out vaccines like candies on Halloween. Fast forward to 2017 and suddenly 5 Central American countries are swiping left on Taiwan to hang out with China instead. This shift has caused some unease in Western circles, where concerns about Latin America transitioning from America's backyard to China's backyard have been voiced. It's noteworthy that this narrative of a China threat isn't coming from Latin America itself. Up until the 90s, Uncle Sam was the big boss in Latin America. But post 9/11, it's like the US took its foot off the gas, and suddenly Latin America wasn't just following orders. Then a new set of governments made their entrance, not too keen on the US's do-as-I-say attitude. And who should appear but China, ready to fill the dance card with trade deals, loans, and investments. It's like Latin America and the US went from BFFs to "it's complicated," while China slid into the DMs, turning Latin America into its new bestie. Now you can imagine Latin America as a bustling marketplace brimming with goods that have caught China's eye. Since the late 2000s, China has been shopping there, not just browsing, but investing big in the stalls of mining, energy, and transport. It's like a shopper on a spree, ensuring their bag is always full. From 2008 to 2021, Latin America received a substantial portion of China's loans, second only to Asia. This financial support has helped boost Latin America's production capacity, particularly for commodities that China imports in large quantities. For Latin American countries, China has become a vital export market, boosting their foreign currency wallet and making the taxman smile with all those resource exports. The value of these exports to China has been a remarkable 33-fold increase from 2001 to 2022. However, the region still imports more from China than it exports, causing concern among local manufacturers about the influx of inexpensive Chinese goods. China has updated its approach in Latin America from focusing on loans to prioritizing direct investments. This strategic pivot aligns with Latin America's ambition to become a hub for renewable energy, with lithium development shining as a star player. And while China's loan playlist has seen fewer plays since 2017, their investment in Latin America has kept the party going strong, with a steady flow of $10 to $20 billion a year. In 2021, Latin America even snagged the silver medal on China's investment charts, right after Europe. But why is that? Because since 2020, China's been rolling up its sleeves in the automotive and power sectors, even laying the groundwork for EV plants. Plus, in 2022, Ganfeng Lithium from China dropped $960 million on a lithium gig in Argentina. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Western nations are watching Latin America's economic scene with a mix of intrigue and impatience as China's investment game grows stronger. Back in 2000, China's slice of the FDI pie in Latin America was a mere crumb at 0.1%. Fast forward to 2010 and that slice has become a hearty piece of 4.9%. By 2021, it's a feast-worthy 8.5%, serving up a serious case of food for thought for the global economic table. In the economic dance of Latin America, China's influence is like a growing rhythm, but it's not the same beat in every country. Take the 8 economic giants. Brazil, Chile, Peru are grooving to the tune where they're sending more goods out to China than they're bringing in. On the flip side, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela are moving to a different rhythm, importing more from China than they're exporting. It's a diverse dance floor, with each country swaying to its own unique tempo in 2021. The economic landscape between Latin America and China is a vibrant canvas, with the classic sectors of agriculture and metal resources maintaining their starring roles. Meanwhile, Chinese companies are making waves in the renewable energy scene, diving into projects from lithium mines to EV factories and from green hydrogen to solar-powered plants. China, holding the title for the world's top lithium battery producer, is on a mission to secure its supply, especially in Latin America, a region sitting on a gold mine with 70% of the world's lithium reserves. It's a strategic chess move in a game where Western countries are also stepping up with safety measures to protect their interests. However, the political winds in Latin America are blowing with a fresh green zest. The rise of leftist governments have brought a spotlight to environmental stewardship and indigenous rights. This eco-conscious movement is set against a backdrop of deep-rooted national pride over natural treasures. In a nod to this sentiment, Mexico and Chile have stepped up, each staking a claim on their lithium bounty in 2022 and 2023. Adding to this trend, Bolivia floated the idea of a lithium cartel in March 2023, aiming to forge a strategic alliance among producer nations. This wave of resource nationalism is a colorful thread in the fabric of global trade, catching the attention of China and other lithium-hungry nations. While the drums of nationalization have yet to beat in Argentina and Brazil, Chinese investors have been laying the groundwork, pouring investments into lithium production and battery manufacturing since 2022. It's a lively narrative of resources and rights, playing out in a region that's as rich in culture as it is in minerals. Despite these promising investments, it's not all smooth sailing. Chinese companies have faced some tough challenges in Latin America. For example, a major dam project in Argentina got stuck because of legal issues and the government not paying on time. Meanwhile, in Bolivia, a big mining deal had to stop when the president who liked it was replaced. These problems aren't just for Chinese companies. Others face them too. But it's interesting that even big Chinese companies find these issues tricky. In Ecuador, Chinese companies have been blamed for harming the environment, like cutting down too many trees. Latin America is like a treasure chest that keeps on giving, especially to China. It's like they're in a dance, and the more the West tries to cut in, the tighter China holds on. Latin America's got the rhythm of resources and food that China can't resist. For Latin America, it's a no-brainer to keep the dance going with China. It's like having a partner who not only dances well, but also buys the drinks. In this case, boosting exports and investments, which are like the music that keeps the economic party alive. So unless someone else steps up with better dance moves, Latin America and China are going to keep tangoing together. And now the EU is trying to join the dance floor with a big, flashy €45 billion move called the Global Gateway. They're even eyeing a shiny lithium project, hoping to lead the next dance. Regarding the recent political shifts in Latin America, it's like we're witnessing a sequel to the leftward movement that started in the late 90s. These governments are eyeing China for a renewed partnership, especially in the political and diplomatic arenas. But it's not all smooth sailing. They're also expecting China to step up its environmental and social game. The economic narrative between Latin America and China has been developing for over a decade, weaving a complex web of interdependence. Despite the introduction of the American Partnership for Economic Prosperity, Latin American countries seem to be continuing their economic choreography with China, hinting at an even deeper integration in the years to come. So with the economic ties between Latin America and China growing stronger, what kind of surprising alliances or rivalries do you predict? What are your thoughts about it? Let us know in the comments section. For more such videos, check out our next video and don't forget to subscribe.